What is going on, everybody? This is your boy Scotty by Nature,
Jamar 4.
and you are watching the Prelude, and we are here tonight with one of our with Chasing Realities on Drew Friday. Um, he's one of the cast members that people have been talking about quite a bit this season. What I will say, despite the fact that she may give a little bit of mess sometimes, maybe a little bit of extra. One thing you cannot take away from this person is that they are a great performer. Every time I see them perform, it's always a blast. First of all, let me just say something real fast. I totally forgot to change the damn time on this interview. I didn't change it up until about a few minutes ago. It was still set for yesterday.
I thought child. It's
It was
fine.
still set for yesterday. Still
It's
set for
okay.
yesterday. But however, we up in here, So right about now we're about to bring in our guest for tonight, and that is Drew Friday. So let's welcome him into the building, everybody.
Hi.
How are you, my love?
I'm good. I feel like I'm on the E Network, doing my interviews for Drag Race, just speaking it
Oh
into
Lord.
existence.
You know what, bitch? The gag we might be cast on the same season.
Oh, I walk in and I see you. I'm turning to the left and I'm probably cussing you out. I'm like, take your earrings off. We fighting. I walk in and I see anybody that I
Don't
know.
you do me like that? Don't you do me like that?
No, I walk in and I see anybody that I know, I'm fighting them off rip. Like, I'm just gonna fight. I'm gonna fight because my thing is we close. Why would you not tell me that you going on the race? Because I'm sure I'm gonna tell you that I'm going on the race.
I would tell anybody a damn thing. Because I want y'all.
Baby, no. You want to know why I'm telling them I'm going on a race? Oh, I got a community, bitch. I need help.
I probably
This
would.
bitch is expensive. Right. These hoes be taking out $45,000 loans.
You right.
Oh, bitch. Nah, I had saw that you had them wings. Bitch, let me borrow them wings. How much can I pay? How much can I rent them wings for?
Okay, look, and start pawning shit. No shade.
Bitch, we all in this together. This is High School Musical, ho.
Oh my God.
Well, so before we even get into it, Scotty, I feel like this is one we're gonna go ahead and start with the disclaimer because we know how these things go. So, would you mind, please?
Let me go off camera to do this like I always do. Any thoughts or opinions of Drew Friday have absolutely and positively nothing to do with Scotty by Nature TV, nor Jamar 84, nor the Prelude with Jamar, Scotty and Jamar. This is all Drew's opinions and thoughts. It has absolutely nothing to do with us. All we're doing is asking the questions, and he is giving the answers. So if you have any grievances about his answers, take them up with Drew Friday and not us. Thank you.
All right.
Why you had to come off camera to say that, friend?
I do it all the time.
Whenever we did it the first time, just as a joke,
it gags.
It was just something that was just
I just always, just like you said, y'all just asking the questions, and I'm doing the same thing. I always wondered that.
I'm just saying
that. Bitch, is she picking your nose? Is she fixing your underwear? Is she doing a bump?
Like when people throw disclaimers, it's usually just like text or like that random robotic voice that you hear. So it's like
that would be sickening if the words came up like it did on Star Wars.
Oh baby, we ain't that Caucasian. Your StreamYard ain't got that advantage.
Bitch, that would be sickening.
No, we be having to give that disclaimer because people have been up here and they get mad with us. And it's like, what did we do wrong? We ain't had nothing to do with that. We just let
like
them say
now why am I in it? You see how
that's how I always get it in. That's how I feel. That's how I feel. Now see how I ain't even did nothing. I ain't even did nothing, and everybody hate me. I ain't even did nothing.
Well, those are the things we're gonna definitely get up into because I mean we've already given you your introduction from what we have as an audience member, but tell us from your own words who you are, what it is that you do, and an interesting fact about yourself that the audience may not know.
I am a drag entertainer, aka these are Troy's words, not mine. The Beyonce of drag. I take that as a major compliment because that is the fucking queen. I have to take myself out of saying that I'm a baby drag queen because I've only been doing drag for 5 years. So I'm still fairly new. However, you would not look at me and think 5 years. Drag is legitly my life. It happened by mistake. It was a dare. I did not plan it. I was scared of drag queens, like terrified, like no. And I fell in love with it. Like if I could do drag, I would feel really weird. I would feel very, very weird. Like if you told me that I could not perform anymore, I would feel weird. I wouldn't know what to do. Like,
where do I get my outlet from now? Like, what do I?
I don't feel like me. I wouldn't feel like me. My grandfather has dementia, and he's like wheelchair bound. And my grandfather was a carpenter, so he's used to being able to do stuff on the house, do stuff in the yard, like do stuff like that. And like I'm one of the people within our family that he really remembers. He remembers me, my uncle, my grandma, my mother, my uncle, my grandmother, of course, and then one of my other cousins. And he'll tell me, he's just like, I'm just sitting here. I don't feel like myself. So like I get him because if I could not do drag,
what am I doing?
What am I doing? And one fact about me that the public would not know. I feel like y'all don't know a lot about me.
Well, I guess give us a little tidbit. That you're willing to share, of course.
I'm trying to dig deep, child. Or I'm trying to see. This isn't my nose.
What?
Okay, so I have plastic surgery.
You didn't get that Janet, did you?
No. Okay, so see, what happened was I broke my nose. It healed wrong. It killed crooked, so they had to go back in, re-break it, reconstruct it, and build me a nose.
Oh wow!
I
never would.
So sorry to hear that.
Oh, it's great. It's okay. I believe in plastic surgery. Go and get it all done because I want to go get it done again.
Okay.
I never would have known, to be honest. If you never would have said it, I never would have knew.
I don't want to give y'all something like too deep and pull on your heartstrings or anything like.
Well, yeah, just like some people be like, "Oh, I can do a backhanded handspring or some shit."
I mean, y'all already know all of
that. Well, we have seen that, but just somebody that hasn't, just like something that we were like, "Oh, okay, that's interesting." We would never guess that. But I mean,
okay, yeah. I can give this. Okay, so growing up, I went to a performing arts school from the time I was in like the 3rd grade to the time I was in like eighth grade. My first time going to a public school was high school. So the school I went to in Jersey, it's a music school called Washington Academy of Music. I started learning how to read and write music like opera music in the 3rd grade.
Mm-hmm.
So like I can read and like I can read music.
Oh wow.
So you was living your high school musical fantasy for real.
Like for real. like no lie. Like I've done like music competitions. It's a music festival called Music Fest. And it's like with opera like schools from like all over the world. I've done it and I'm nationally and internationally ranked. And I did that in like from 5th grade to like 8th grade. Like competing against colleges.
Work.
Don't ask me to sing a lick now because it's not. Once puberty hit, it went away. Puberty knocked that gift right out the water.
It was nice while it lasted. Then
it was great up until my freshman year of high school. The vocal cords went nah, bruh.
Well, you talked about a little bit already how you kind of started into the art of drag, but where did the name Drew Friday come from?
Again, so me trying to be a singer. See, I should have.
Because I thought Drew Friday was your boy name.
Drew Friday is not my boy. Drew is not my boy name. There's no Drew in my name at all.
At first.
My boy name is Ramir Kwame Germain.
Say that one more time.
Ramir Kwame Germain.
Okay.
There's no Drew in any of that. I was in a pop group, and they didn't want people to know whether we were a boy group or a girl group, so they wanted us all to have unisex names. When I was younger, I used to tell my mother I was changing my name from Ramir to Andrew. Like I was like 5, telling my mother I'm changing my name to Andrew when I become an adult. So they said, change names. Oh, I'm changing it to Andrew. Management looked at me and was like, Ramir, unisex, meaning boy, girl. And I was like, oh, well, cut out the N and just do Drew. And they were like, that's still a boy name. I was like, Drew Barrymore, Drew Sador.
I prefer, like, my favorite, like, one unisex name is like Alex. Because I feel like it has very much masculine and feminine energy.
Hello? You never know. So, so I ended up changing my name in the group was Drew. The group name was Friday. I put my Instagram handle as Drew_Friday. People started, at the same time I was doing the group, I was dancing at bar and bat mitzvahs. Y'all, I was 17 with my best life, just saying yes to any and everything. And bar and bat mitzvahs was paying me $125 just to sit there on a box and do this. What? Hell yeah, I'm doing it. So when I started doing it, people started booking me and asking the company for Drew Friday because of my Instagram name. So that just stuck. So when I started doing drag, my Instagram was already Drew Friday. And I was like, well, girl, I'm not changing it.
Might as well.
They had asked me, they was like, so what's your name? I was like, Drew Friday. And I will never forget this. Oh my gosh, I did a newcomer's night at Lips. And it was like, what's your name, baby girl? And I was like, Drew Friday. And it was like, no, what's your stage name? I said, Drew Friday. And this is before, this was the very beginning of drag. Let me tell y'all, I didn't have a body. It was still my boy body. I didn't wear hair. I had my side shaved, and I would put on one of them store drawstring ponytails on my head. And I really wouldn't have on makeup. I would just have on a lash and maybe a little eyebrow, and that was it because I didn't know what I was doing. And yeah.
Ooh. Humble beginnings.
Very humble.
So that's where the name came from. It was just like, I'm just lazy and I'm not going to come up with a drag name. And it just stuck.
And that's usually how those names come about. It's just very rarely do people just sit and be like, this is my first name and my last name, and that's just it. Very rarely. So in terms of drag, a lot of people have asked me this question, and I want to let them hear it from you, because whenever you and I would converse and they would hear you call me TT, they were like, what does that mean? Where does that come from? So tell them why you call me TT.
TT is like your auntie. Like, that's somebody that's your elder. Like, that's somebody that's you calling them TT. That's a sign of respect. Like, that's my TT. They older than me. Like, I respect them. They have more in the game. They have more in the game than I do. That's not like my mother, because mother. That's a title. Like, that's my TT. Like, that's my aunt. Like, you know how you have your aunties in in the hood, in the neighborhood. You like, that's my aunt. That's my TT.
Mm-hmm.
Your TT might pass you the blunt every now and then. Your TT might be the one to get you drunk, and then you be throwing up, and she gonna carry you home. She might get you into some shit. However, that's your TT.
Because I know you're well, I don't know if it's still current, but me and Trinity are sisters, and I know that was your drag mother for a period of time.
Yes. It also has to do with your family. It just like it depends on who your drag parents are. It has relations with families. Trinity, we are kind of estranged right now. I love my mom. That's gonna always be my mother. She has done so much for me, so I will never say anything bad about her. We just, we just a little estranged. I love her now, and I ain't gonna let nobody talk bad about her or say some shit about her. I will fight for her because that's my mother.
You love Miss Trin. Your turn, Scott's.
Okay, so tell me, what was it like growing up with queer parents?
Oh, okay. He coming in light. I just knew Scott. I'm just ready for that. I'm just ready. Whoo. Growing up with two mommies, I mean, I can't say it was normal because my normal wasn't everybody else's normal.
Mm-hmm.
I can't say I didn't know until I was a freshman in high school. They had been together since I was 9. So they kept it from me, I guess, to not probably influence me or influence any decisions, because from what my parents say and from what my family say, they always knew I was going to be gay.
Mm-hmm.
So it coming out, it wasn't hard. However, I can't say it was hard for me because my parents were gay.
Mm-hmm.
It was just very easy for me because I will say when I was younger, I was very much I'm still kind of that person. I can give two shits what you feel about what I do.
Mm-hmm.
You can kind of kiss my ass. So when I came out, it was kind of very much that to my family. I like niggas. Like, I literally, my grandparents are like deacon and deaconesses in the church. Like, I brought my ex-boyfriend home to Virginia, country ass Virginia. Like, what y'all want to do? Fight me? So I don't even think that if my mom was straight, I probably would have still been had the same reaction. However, I will say, having that support system to go to about like guys or me being HIV positive or just like different things that happen in the community, like me and my stepmom, me and her talk about like sex, like me and her talk about top, bottoms, and verse and like stuff like that. It's easier to have those conversations because they know it.
They're in the community. Because I know you have queer parents. I know Oliver's mom is a lesbian, and I'm just like, I can't fathom a world where either of my parents was gay. I'm like, how would that be? I feel like it would be interesting, but I'm just like, growing up, like, how would that have changed? I don't know. I think about it from time to time, and I'm like, that's so interesting.
See, like growing up, even like in high school, I didn't really have boyfriends. I had one boyfriend my freshman year of high school. After that, it was kind of like non and void. I kind of was very much ill. Boys have cooties. Boys have cooties. Girls have cooties. Everybody has cooties. Y'all nasty. Y'all doing what? You want to stick what where? Boy, you nasty. I didn't like lose my virginity until I was like 19 going on 20. And I did it one time. And I was like, oh, baby, don't touch me. Don't look at me. I sat at the end of the bed in the fetal position, and it was a wrap until I was probably about 22.
And then now, where are we now?
Oh, baby, I haven't had sex since December, so.
Oh, I mean, but at least you're not like in the fetal position though.
No, I'm
longer.
not in a fetal position. No. Not no more.
Just other positions.
Just other positions. Baby, so like talking to them about sex or wanting to be interested in sex or stuff like that, I didn't have it really wasn't something because I didn't have those desires when I was in like high school and shit like that. But once I was an adult, I had already had gay friends.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, my parents are there, and me and my stepmom are like, I say that is my die or ride. She gonna die first. She is going to take a bullet. Like that's my homie. So like I could talk to her about any and everything. So by the time I was an adult, I already knew that I can talk to her about that type of stuff. So it wasn't like, oh, this is great. I have queer parents. I can like talk to them about that. They had already my parents kind of made it a safe space, kind of a safe environment for my stepmom. My mom is kind of like, don't talk to me about none of that shit.
I don't know what sex is. I'm a nun.
And I'm a unicorn. I mean, if we're just gonna say random sentences, let's just go there. Let's do it.
You always got something to fucking say. You should just shut the hell up. Just shut up.
Have I ever let that slide? Like, come on.
Unicorn.
A nun. You could have said celibate, and I could have thought about saying nothing. A nun, girl.
I said what I said. Back to the question. So next question, because I don't have time for Jamar and his shade. Okay, he be itching to say shit. You gotta watch people like him. He be itching to put your shit out on blast, child.
Girl,
be itching.
The lies and fairy tales that you tell on this platform.
So where did you learn your style of performance? Like, was it taught to you, or did you come up with it as you grew into your craft?
I'm a technically trained ballet. I'm a technically trained dancer. I have ballet training, jazz, modern, tap, all-star cheerleading. My mom put me in dance classes when I was in the 3rd grade. She started me with tap. By the time I was in high school, I was doing ballet in pre-point. So I basically just combined that, and my manager took that and literally did creative direction, artist development, and slowed me down. Because when I started, I used to just come out like a horse at a race. And he, just milk that some. Like, milk that some. And then I started taking heels classes here in Atlanta, and that helped as well. So basically, dancing really just started it. Is the base of it.
It's the talent for me. Because I didn't even know you had that much all that stuff going on in your background. Like, it's the talent for me. Like, people be watching these damn shows and they have no idea what they have in their background. Like, you got tap dance in your background, you got ballet in your back, like all this shit. I never would have thought you had all of that in your background. But like we say, you never think you know somebody when you really don't know them.
I used to choreograph for somebody, for some people too.
Oh,
I just don't talk about it.
Well, all right. Okay. Well. Okay.
Yeah, bitch.
I like the talent to speak for itself. Everybody just assumed that she was just the messy one, and it'd be like, no. That's why Willa said it, Troy said it, Neek said it. Y'all just not seeing her.
Mm-hmm. I can see that. Okay,
DC so tell y'all, I'm the coolest one. No shade to nobody. No shade to nobody. I like everyone. I'm the
Liked
fucker.
everyone. You said it in past tense. You liked everyone.
No, I said I like everyone.
Oh, you like everyone.
Yeah.
Not like.
No,
Oh,
I
okay.
I like.
Okay, we're gonna see based on these answers that's coming up because we're about to get into the mess in a minute. So, how did you come across the Chasing Reality platform?
Well, I used to dance. I know Lyric through dancing. So I knew of Lyric. I am very close to Imani Van Zap.
Mm.
Eric and my parents are very close friends. They go to the same church. They hang out with the same people. So they know each other. So I've known Eric since I was about 20. I'm 32.
Okay.
So I kept seeing, I saw my TT posting about it, and I had jokingly said something to her about it. And she was like, I dare you to do it. And then I had said it to my manager, and my manager was like, I mean, I dare you to do it. And I'm not a pussy. My mama ain't raised no bitch. So I literally just did it. I didn't think that they was gonna call me.
Why you thought they wasn't gonna call you?
Child, I don't know. Because I'm like, it's like, okay, so I'm not really known in the gay scene. However, I'm known in the gay scene, if that makes sense.
Okay.
I feel
It's
like
like
the
people. It's
community
like
knows.
people know. It's like people know you, but they don't. But people don't know you.
I'm in Midtown with the,
Oh,
not
okay.
with the,
And she there with the girls.
Oh, okay.
and it's like, and it's because that's where I started. That's where I started. I started in Midtown.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't think that because I'm not really known on that side. It's like for them to pick the first drag queen from the Atlanta franchise, following up after Hershey. It's like I would figure I thought at the time that, hey, maybe they might pick some. I'm sure they're gonna have other drag queens that submitting. They probably gonna pick somebody that is known with, especially somebody that the group knows.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like, I figured that. But it was like when they picked me, I was like, oh, bitch, period. Yeah. 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 All right. Okay. Well, what's up?
And so now that, filming is generally over.
I know y'all glad.
That. Yep.
Was it everything that you thought it would be? Like, now that you've done it, and you would go back to when you first got the email that you were casted, and you were probably thinking like, okay, this is what I'm going to do. This is how it's going to be. And now that we're here today, is it what you thought it was going to be?
Kind of yes and kind of no. I mean, of course, I knew it was going to be drama and it was going to be shit. Now that I think the shit that happened or the shit that's going down would have happened, hell no.
Nobody would have seen none of that coming.
The shit that y'all gotta keep watching, man.
Chasing Atlanta is not scripted at all.
Y'all gotta keep watching. Because some of this
I know that for a fact.
Some of this shit, I'm like, I really be having conversations with like my sister and like Willa and Troy, and I just be like, wow. Wow. I'm flabbergasted.
I tell people a lot, like, it's not fake. Cause am I allowed to say that? When I went to Rico's thing, like, you could tell who like each other and who don't.
Which Rico?
Rico with a K. I went to his
the media
thing
day?
Mm-mm.
Not
You
Oh,
were
he
at the.
said,
It was the event that happened recently that you had to miss.
that I had to miss because of the crisis.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. I was
No.
there.
I was booked. I had a gig that same night. That was the night of I had a drag race gig.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. I was there, so I could tell who fuck with each other and who don't fuck with each other, and I'm just sitting on that couch looking like. That's how I was sitting there like.
Sure.
I'm like,
Scotty. Imagine being a new person and sitting in like that for 3 months.
And you just like,
And they arguing about the same shit. And they just talking about the same shit over. They just talking about the same shit. And you just sitting there. And you just sitting there. And you like, God damn. We talking about this again?
and you know what? That actually leads into my next question. So the first time that we got to see you was the networking event, and that was when we had first met. That's when we met for the first time, and at that time, I didn't even know you were on the show. I was just like, "Oh, you know Trinity? I know Trinity. Work. What's going on, baby? You look great." And so once I found out, I was like, "Oh, okay, great." So, what were your thoughts, kind of going in and meeting the cast, or most of the cast, for the very first time?
Well, yeah, because the only person I knew was Neek. Genuinely, then was the only person I knew was Neek. I was. Me and Willa said this on the live the other day. I was not excited to meet Troy.
oh,
I didn't think I was gonna like Troy. I didn't really know Troy's vibe. Grant said, did we meet? Did we? No, we had. Did we meet? No, we had not. Lauren's event was after the networking event.
Yeah,
That was after. I just didn't know. And I had heard like Troy is the one that's not the easiest one. He's not like he's not the one that's warm with new people. And I was just like, I don't know. I didn't know if we was gonna click or not. And Jay, I had already knew Jay, like just from social media. And just from around the way, like I had knew Jay. And Rico with a K. Here's the T. I started flirting with Rico with a K before I started flirting with motherfucking Ike. I had saw Papa Rico and I was like, ooh, look at this man with this beard. I had wanted Papa Rico first. I had wanted Papa Rico. Damn. Papa Rico is my Teddy Ruffkins. And he's just so warm. I just love me some Papa Rico. So it was just like, oh my gosh, and he just had this just warm spirit. So it was like, oh my gosh. Meeting Cassadine, I thought Cassadine was cool then. I was like, oh, okay, cool. Okay. You know my mama. Cool, bet, period. And then Ike, I thought Ike was cute. I thought Ike was very attractive. But it was just like, okay, hey.
Baby, that confession, you said Big Daddy Ike. I said, oh, girl.
not Big Daddy.
I ain't start calling Ike Big Daddy Ike until crazy thing is until the spa day.
Why the spa day? I'm just thinking about
because if pay attention to timelines, the next time y'all saw me was the spa day.
Was it? Yeah, it was.
Y'all got my introduction, and then the next time y'all saw me was the spa day. So that was my second time seeing Ike. So when I saw him, I was like, I don't know what it was, something about Ike seeing him that day at the spa day. I think it was because he hugged me, he had grabbed my waist, and he had kissed me on my neck, and I was like, ooh.
Ooh.
Ooh, wee. All right now.
I guess I think that's what it was. But me and Ike had like talked on the phone, like nothing like major, nothing like that. It was like me and Ike genuinely have a friendship. Like you know that TT, like we genuinely have a friendship. So like trying to like even leading up to the spa day, like getting to know everybody. Like Ike and I, we talk frequently, we FaceTime frequently. So it was just like, you Big Daddy Ike, you TT, you know everybody has nicknames. I have a nickname for everybody.
Just about.
It's just that's Big Daddy Ike. I couldn't call him Big Papa Ike because I got Papa Reek. You know, Big Daddy sound a little bit better. He got a little, you know, he's Southern. He got a little swang, you know, a little twang with him. So it was like going into the networking event. It was just like I had reservations, but it was still like I'm kind of open to meeting everybody.
Okay, because that was, I think, the first time that at least most of the people outside of filming like their own solo scenes were together for the first time. Mind you, do you know how long ago that was?
That was in September. That was when I had just got back from New York. I was in New York from when we started filming. I was in New York still.
That was almost a year ago already.
Almost a whole year ago.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Like thinking just like now watching it back, it's like, damn, y'all was talking about my makeup and girl, y'all don't realize how much I've grown since then. Like, girl, y'all sitting here talking about my highlighter was too highlighted, girl. I was painting like a drag queen then. Girl, I paint like real fish now.
I would say she look like real fish these days.
Girl, I was highlighting for the spotlight in the back of the stage.
I remember that.
Not for camera.
I remember that phase of my makeup days. Highlighting for the whole back room. When you only got
I was wearing so much clown white.
Huh?
I was wearing so much clown white.
Child, people putting the clown white and the white powder set, and I'm like, what are you doing? You are black.
I mean, I still do that for like a pageant mug or for like depending on the staging and the lightings, the lights. But girl, I did not need that for cameras.
You did not. But you know what? You learn. You live and you learn. That's the only way to do it. We got to look crazy.
It's like we did that almost a year ago, and these girls is reading they are reading us down, girl.
It's just part that come with it. They'll forget all about it in a few months. Honestly, it'll be old news. But so I think after the spa day, I think the next time that we see you, or a time that they kind of give you a moment, is at Rico's Media Day event, which I think in that particular scene, thus far from what we've seen on the show, I think that is probably my favorite look of yours, with the little pussycat wig, the blonde,
the orange,
and the thigh high boots,
and the new boot.
I like
those
that.
new boots make another appearance.
Yeah, that's the same ones. Period. Period. I didn't even recognize. Okay, cute. So
same ones.
At Rico's event, you had made a comment. When it was you, Troy, Dominique outside, and they were saying back and forth about Wayne, and you made a comment about Kendra and her followers, and people.
I agree. I apologize for that statement. How it came across. It was indirect shade towards I was not meaning to shade my sister in any way, shape, or form. What was not shown was I was asked a question and they compared us. And I answered the question. And I probably should have answered that. I should have answered that a different way. I should have taken myself out of it and should have taken Kendra out of it and just answered it based off of Wayne. Because my sister had nothing to do with it.
Yeah, it's like people were trying to direct things towards Wayne, and it seemed like Kendra was always getting like the
Yeah,
Caught
getting
in the
picked.
crossfire.
yeah, caught in the
We
crossfire.
can't say that. We can't sit here and say, "Hey, let's separate Neek and Troy," and we group up Wayne and Kendra.
Yeah,
Very
that's
true.
fair.
However,
That's fair.
it does kind of suck because, which is the only thing that I feel like kind of gets muddy, because technically Wayne works for Kendra. So sometimes some things that he does, it's going to reflect onto Kendra, i.e., what he posted about Troy and Eek. When he posted that, it was just like, I mean, you gotta kind of watch what you post. It's like, watch what you post on your social media when it comes to people that she's friends with them. However, she also works with them. That
Yeah.
kind of can come back on. Kendra can kind of get that negative backlash because of something that you posted.
It's just because it's always going to be a talking point, especially if they see it. You know, they're going
And
to.
it sucks. It sucks because Kendra has nothing to do with that, and Wayne is his own entity. However, Wayne works for Kendra, and those are her coworkers. Yes, they're friends. Everyone in that situation are friends and coworkers. However, those are still Kendra's coworkers. It just
Right.
kind of sucks both ways.
Mm-hmm.
So like,
Okay.
I will
So
definitely take the ownership of saying that about my sister. I felt bad watching that back.
At least you took ownership of it. He's like, ooh,
at least
I
you
should
took
have
ownership.
said
Yeah.
that.
At least you took accountability. That's all that matters. So on that same episode, Troy had announced his HIV awareness event, and you decided to share your status with the audience. So tell us how you became comfortable sharing something so personal with not just them but everybody.
I kind of feel like once my family knew, I didn't really care. Not necessarily I didn't really care. It was easier for me to share it with other people.
Mm-hmm.
Especially when you don't know who else is going through what you're going through or what you went through.
Right.
Because I know I really I didn't feel comfortable going to like meetings and shit like that. Because you get to those support groups and you don't see people that look like you. You can't speak from my experience. Like, you can't speak from my experience. So once Troy asked me to do it, because it had already been on my social media, like I had already posted something about it. I think this past July, when my anniversary rolled around, it was just like I just felt the need to post because I didn't want someone to feel the way that I felt, like I had nobody to talk to about it. Like I didn't want anybody to feel like, oh my gosh, I'm just out here dealing with this by myself. Especially if you don't have a support system.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, girl, you're not alone, girl. And I know, and like watching TV shows and even just growing up in the LGBTQ community, you get told that it is a gay disease or you're going to die. Girl, I'm not going to die. Like, girl, die. That's a little heavy. That's a lot of heavy. So it was just like, I wanted to be that person to help educate, help help somebody get through it. Like, girl, take your meds, be undetectable. You can live a long and healthy life.
I agree.
That's a good. That's a good. That's a good thing to put out there because I know that when we were growing up in school and shit like that, we were all under the impression that if you got HIV, then that's a death sentence. That's what it used to be. That's how it used to be put out to people. And it's like now you have medicine, you have different things, and people can be undetectable, and they're not able to even spread it to other people at this point. So it's just like it's different things now, and I'm glad that it's different than what it was when we were growing up.
Honestly, the only thing I worried about when I found out that I was positive, the first thing I said was like, damn, I want to have kids. That was the first thing I said.
Mm-hmm.
It was just like, and it's like, I know I can still have kids. However, it's going to be a little tricky. However, I know I can still do it. And it was just like, damn. That was the only thing I thought about. My aunt also said to me, my aunt is a breast cancer survivor. She had a double mastectomy. She said to me, she was like, girl, this is letting me have cancer.
Yeah, I mean, it's goddamn. It sounds so terrible to be like this one is better than the other. But
Right.
I mean,
I looked at her as she was handing me a martini, and I was just like,
I don't know how to feel about that. I don't know how to. In some ways, I agree. I guess.
and it was like I couldn't argue with her because she literally survived breast, like she went through it. So it was just like, well, damn, bitch, I can't even yell at you, like I can't really just like I can't. There's no rebuttal. Damn.
I mean, because cancer is a different type of sick,
And a
like
different type of fight.
it is. You
And
know what
I
I'm
get
saying?
what she was doing. She was very much going, think of the bigger picture. That's what you could be going through. So get out of
Right.
the don't let the depression grab you, or don't let the sadness grab you, girl. So I get what she was doing. However, when it happened, I was very much like, damn.
And I think the stigma is starting to go away too, just in like the LGBT like dating scene. I feel like people are becoming more open to dating people that are positive because that whole people are sick and all this other like those, even like when people try to use it as a read, it's kind of looked at as tasteless now. I think
Yeah.
when people
I feel
say
like it was always tasteless. Like there's certain reads that you can do, but there's certain reads that it just becomes it just becomes very, very just like, ew. Like, why would you even try to read someone in that way?
Right.
That shows your character.
if you had to stoop that for low hanging fruit like that, like
That's somebody's health. Like that's like kids. You don't go for somebody's kids, and you don't go for somebody like.
it's just
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's just nasty. Like that's all it really is. So in the following episodes, we see you attending the sock lunch. So what was it about? What was it about Ike that drew you to him?
I give you
If
real
since
cat
we
daddy
already answered the
vibes.
question, uh huh.
You know how you get an old man and he a cat daddy?
Shut up, bitch. Shut the fuck up.
I give real cat daddy vibes. And I like the cat daddy. But nah, real talk, honestly, I gravitate toward cancers. I like cancers. I like they're just real calm.
Mm-hmm.
And they're fucking funny as shit. And I just thought Ike was real cool. And I think, yeah, literally, it was after the spa day. I kept saying, my man, my man, my man. Can't nobody talk about my man, and now we have my man Sock Emporium. His Sock Emporium launch. It was just like, he's just real cool.
Okay. I think it's your turn, Jamar.
Nope.
Or is it still my turn? Okay. Yeah. So when it came to the situation, because this is a long question, I got to read that one. I'm sorry. But when it came down to the situation about Rico Cassadine and Troy having a conversation about the DMs about that post that Rico liked, people felt like you were inserting yourself in drama that did not necessarily involve you. So tell us what was going on through your mind in that particular moment, and also why you wanted to have a one-on-one with Rico Cassadine after the fact.
Okay, so I didn't insert myself. I was
Okay.
drunk. I was drunk. That's why I was so loud. I was drunk, and that's why I was doing all. I was drunk, and I was drunk.
We're gonna blame it on the alcohol.
No. I'm
We're gonna
not
blame
gonna
that.
blame it on alcohol. I'm gonna blame my loudness on the alcohol because I still felt the way I felt, and I still feel the way that I feel till this day. I just didn't have to be that loud.
Okay.
I didn't have to
Continue.
express. I didn't have to communicate it in that way. I could have communicated it more effectively. Now, they wanted us to play this game, and we sitting here playing this game, and we got to put these, questions in the box.
Right.
We get to know each other better. So therefore, I'm thinking me and Willa, like Willa said, and Willa had said in another interview, and I was with Willa. We putting in crazy, silly ass shit in his basket, silly ass questions. But no, you're putting shady ass questions in his basket. Why?
Well, when you say what's a silly question versus a shady question?
How big is your dick? Would you like to do a threesome? Like, why if somebody sliding your DMs with shade, how would you respond? Girl, we know you talking about this. Girl, if you had a problem with it, why not say nothing? And if y'all discussed it, why you still discussing it again in this motherfucking game? And you just sat here and said that you were 33 and you don't have time for childish games because after I answered the question, she answered the question. So you answered your own question. So that's what made me look at her and go, okay, so TT, this question was your question. If you had a problem with the way that he did that, why didn't you ask? Why did you not pull him aside and why not have a conversation with him? If you were 33 and you're sitting here saying you don't have time for the drama and you rather people act their age and not their shoe size, why write a shoe size question on this envelope? That's why I was yelling at. I didn't ask for the sidebar. She asked. She was like, "Niece, let me pull you aside. Let me talk to you." And that's where in that room she admitted to. She was like, "Yeah, I did it just to be petty." Okay, that's all I needed to hear. You did it to be petty. However, TT, you did not have to be petty. You chose to be petty. I would hope you would hold me accountable. If I'm your niece and we friends, hold me accountable. Nah, niece, that was petty. You was being petty. You ain't have to be petty. You did not have to be petty like that.
Understood.
So would you say that what aired on the episode was an accurate depiction of how the events flowed together?
No. They had it was some stuff that was cut out. There was a whole scene where she had pulled me aside downstairs and we had a conversation before we went upstairs.
Oh, okay. So that was like part 2 that was upstairs.
Yeah. What else do I not think? I don't think the way that there was a lot more to to Wayne talking than what was shown as to why me and Troy walked out.
Mm-hmm.
It was a lot more of what Wayne said.
And it seemed like the audience were feeling like Wayne had been given the opportunity to say what it is that he wanted to say, and then when Troy started to respond and he was cutting them off, people were kind of saying that Troy was still in the wrong. I'm just like, but wait,
Troy didn't get to say anything. Like that's why we walked out, because it was just like that was always the thing. Like everybody cuts Troy. Everybody cuts Troy off. They don't let Troy talk. And it'd be like, okay, well, Troy just sat there and listened to y'all.
Even though he probably didn't want to listen to them, he still listened.
Still didn't say nothing. That was, I mean, whether he was being dismissive in his mind, we all do that. But he said he ain't interrupt them, no, not once.
And it'd be like, give that man the same courtesy that he gave y'all.
Mm-hmm.
So it was just like a lot of that wasn't shown. So it was just like, it just looked like we just yelling. It just looked like we want the drama. And it's like, no, we just want to be heard.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much.
High, and we've been filming for a bit, and things just start life happening. Like it's very much that all at the same time.
All at the same motherfucking time.
But I will say this as we move to the next question, because the next question talks about the actual HIV awareness event. What I tell y'all, that my niece shut it down on that stage, girl.
Most definitely
down on that stage. I think that was maybe like the second time I started to see you perform. Like, I mean, the episode of the it looked amazing. And it was really actually depicted that was the exact energy in the room as it was happening live. Like high energy, so much support, love, like all type of great stuff.
They had to move y'all they had to move y'all from in front of the stage. Like Dario had to move y'all from in front of the stage when I was performing. Like that was the crazy thing.
Mm-hmm. So we're trying to give you the coin, girl. I'm gonna let you make your coin. But we know, that the love and the light didn't last for long. We know that the love and light did not last for long.
Of course not.
Does it ever?
But before the brawl, this was the first time on camera, I believe, at least, correct me if I'm wrong, that it was mentioned that Rico Castellan had said something to you about there being an issue with Dominique somewhere along the lines, trying to
That was the first time it was that was the first time that it was shown.
That's why I was like, correct me if I'm wrong with this, because words mean things.
It was shown. That was the first time it was shown.
Because there was a whole interaction where Nick was asking other people, and they were saying no, but then you said no. Actually, no. You said this at this place at this time. So, what was it about? Like, tell us in your own words and recollection, because this was a long time ago, of what was said at that night at MSR.
You was there, TT?
I was, but I was also intoxicated. Like people think that in places where I was, if the conversation didn't have to do with me, I wasn't halfway paying attention.
Girl, you were sitting next to me.
No, I was. I was sitting across from you.
Girl, same difference, girl.
Don't be trying to put him in this.
I was sitting across from you.
Girl, same difference, girl. So what I was told was not a bomb. What I was told then at the MSR was that he had a problem with Neek. That he felt like every time he saw Neek, that it was very much a dry high, and they had run-ins with each other. Like they had a little heart-to-heart in a bathroom, like they cried before, like at a party. And that they've seen each other, and he was just like, it just always seems like a dry high. And he was like, I've never done anything to him. I was like, well, TT, that don't sound like nothing major. Like, I wouldn't say that there's a problem. I was like, one, you never know what that person was going through that day. Two, I was like, that could just be neat. Like, you might be looking for a type of high that's just not his personality. I was like, I would charge that to the game and not his heart, and just, get to know him and see what he about. I was like, I mean, if you want me to, I was like, all three of us can go and do something. And I was like, I can, properly like introduce y'all, or like we can all like just go do something. And he was like, I would like that. And I was like, okay, bet. Sickening.
Right.
Sickening. Sickening. Absolutely sickening. Absolutely sickening. Like, let's do it.
Because she is crazy.
Listen.
Fast forward a couple of weeks later, that's when, I was asked. I said, I know nothing about a bomb. That wasn't what was said to me. However, this is what was said, and I repeated it. I was trying to deactivate the shit. But that wasn't the only person that I can't even say that I wasn't the only person that said something about a bomb, because I didn't say anything about a bomb. However, there were people that was saying that that there was a bomb. So by the time we got to the what's the name, by the time we got to the AIDS event, and I said this on live on Wednesday, I had heard bomb so much. I will say I did misspeak about when I said you said bomb to me. It wasn't that you said. I misspoke. You said you had a problem. So I will give her that. I will give Cassadine that. I will give Cassadine that.
But even this whole situation, it's like, because it's all what was said verbally and nothing was written or documented, like it can get misconstrued.
Well, no, because Rico with a K said it on the episode on Wednesday. You did say what Drew said is what you said, Cassadine.
Cause this bitch, we gonna talk about it. She had to go and steps like, ain't that what I said? She took been talking to her damn self. Like,
I had to go and have a conversation with myself, because my mama always said go ask the smartest person in the room. And at that present moment, I didn't feel like them two were smart, because one was being a Tasmanian devil and just started barking and going. And you ain't have my back because you just sprung her up on me like this. So I had to go have a conversation with my best friend Pono. And I needed to talk to Pono and ask my good friend, you see this fuck shit? Okay, it's fuck shit, right? You smell shit because I smell shit.
So during the whole, tussle, y'all were holding Dominique back. We were trying to keep everybody separated. Tensions were high. It happened in a flash, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
It happened very quickly. And everybody was trying to de-escalate, and it was a lot. It was a lot.
It happened fairly quickly. Like, it came out of no fucking where. Like, it was just like Mace out of nowhere. Bitch, it happened so motherfucking fast. We didn't even know it was coming.
Because I know where I was, or like right before I realized what was happening. So like, where were you? And when you noticed that things were starting to escalate, and like,
I was next to Dominique. I was behind Dominique. I was running to go get Dominique.
Mm.
So
Very
when he
chaotic
Dominique, I wasn't on camera, but I was behind Dominique.
Okay. Did you take off your shoes like Willa did?
No, ma'am. I had no time to take off my shoes. I was running in shoes, pads.
Baby. You look good though. That was a little neon, I remember.
I said, friends, can y'all fight next time when I'm not in drag?
I mean, but it was very unfortunate because Rico is a good friend of mine, Dominique is a good friend of mine, and so it's kind of like, I don't like to see y'all do this. This is weird.
All I can say is keep watching.
I don't like it. Keep watching. Mm-hmm.
Keep watching, because it's gonna be so much. It's still so much more.
I can't wait. So
Can you? Can you?
honestly, I just can't. I just want everything to be out so we can talk about it. Essentially, I just want everything to be out so we can talk about it. But with this last episode, we see the sit down, and Ike was discussing, what was said about Rico, and appeared on the scene. Now, you mentioned on the show that you didn't know, but in the after show, somebody clipped and says you did know that Rico Castellan was coming up. So, kind of help us understand what you meant by you did know he was coming, but then you said that
Or
he
you
didn't
did
know he was
know?
coming.
You got
I
to clear that up now.
I was told it was a possibility that she was coming.
During that particular scene, or like as a part of y'all sit down, or just throughout the day?
I was told I was told that it was a possibility that she might that somebody was trying to pop her up on me. Because the original sit down was just supposed to be me and Ike. It was just supposed to be me and Ike hanging out. Me going to his it was originally supposed to be me and Ike were supposed to, because that scene had got rescheduled like twice because of his schedule and my schedule. And originally we were supposed to go to dinner. And he just wanted to get my side of the things from Rico, from the incident, and just to check up on me. And since it kept getting rescheduled, he was like, "No, I want you to come, come to the photo shoot for my sock launch." And I was like, oh, "Okay, yeah, let's do that." I was like, "That would be cute. Like, I got some of your socks anyway. Like, okay." And he was like, "Yeah, I really want you to come to that." So originally, it was just supposed to be me and Ike. I heard that week, the streets be talking. I heard that Rico might be getting popped up on me. And mind you, like I said before, Ike and I are really close friends. Like, we talk. So, like, we talked the day before. We talked the night before. I hung up on him. My feelings have never changed from the situation of him coming. I hung up on Ike. Because we're having a whole conversation and you're talking to me about tomorrow. And I heard that she might be coming. So I'm a Leo. I'm already in my feelings. So you having this whole entire conversation. You're not even going to tell me if she coming or not. And I don't want to say nothing because I don't know if it was true or not. But me being a Leo, I'm already in my feelings because you on this phone with me for about an hour, 30 minutes, and you not saying nothing. So I hung up. I didn't tell him why I hung up. I just hung up the phone. So I get there, and everything's going. We're talking. We're doing everything's going with the photo shoot. We get outside. We're sitting at the coffee shop and we're talking. And mind you, that whole entire day, I'm sitting there saying to him, Ike. Like when we were walking out of the apartment and stuff that it was in, we were walking in that hallway outside to go to the coffee shop. I wish the audio was played, because the audio I was saying, Ike, if I'm being set up on some bullshit, I'm gonna cuss you out. I was like, Ike, don't give me a reason to cuss you out. Ike, don't give me a reason to cuss you out. He was like, cuss me out? You ain't gonna cuss me out. Ike, don't give me a reason to cuss you out. I'm telling you, you're not gonna have to cuss me out. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I do. I do. I do. I do. I do. I deserve. Because you found out that morning. It don't matter if I found out from anybody else or if I heard from anybody else. My friend. Hey, yo. I need you to act surprised. But let me tell you now. Because we've had him and I have had conversations about Cassadine and me meeting up with Cassadine and how I felt about it since the whole May situation. Like, you and I have had we're friends, so we've had conversations. So you would think that she would give me a heads up that, you know, but y'all, everybody wants to scream, oh, we can't because of production, show. Girl, you tell your, I'm sure, just like you went back and told Aaron everything, you knew.
Speaking
My
of,
nigga, you text Cameron about it, but you couldn't text me.
I'm gonna put a pin in that because speaking of Aaron, when you did your benefit show and you had that Cardi live mix and y'all went outside and he said you could be extra sometime and you was like, you need a little bit of my extra. I said, not y'all digging for Aaron, not y'all taking a dig.
That wasn't a dig for Aaron. That was just
That
it was fun shade.
That was a quick little jab in the side.
It was fun shade with Aaron.
It may not have been a shot to the head, but it was a quick little shank, little step.
It was not a shank. It was fun shade towards Aaron. Aaron's a sweet pie. From what I know.
Okay. I just thought about that. I thought that was funny. But go ahead.
Okay, so what was it about Rico with a K's input on the FaceTime that gave you validation that you are not a liar and that you are telling the truth?
When he said no, Rico. When he said no, Rico, you did what Drew said is what you said.
Baby, that's when she got up and started prancing around. I said, oh my God, this bitch is so extra.
And let me tell you, that was, y'all genuinely got a reaction. That was a genuine reaction. Maybe I am extra, but that was a genuine reaction. That is me genuinely when I'm upset. Like, that was a genuine reaction.
I said, I'm going to have to use that. The next time I want to be extra and I feel vindicated for something, I'm just going to start walking up and talking to myself. Because I don't know why that just said it was so funny to me.
I got to have a conversation with the smartest person in the room because y'all got me fucked up. My ex used to get so scared when I would do that. I just start walking around in a circle, just talking to myself. What the fuck is wrong with this crazy bitch? I'm about to strangle you. You got me fucked up. This nigga really got me fucked up.
Actually, I feel like that's a therapy exercise. It sounds like a therapy exercise.
It should be. It should.
Like, I can't talk to you right now in this moment when I'm angry, so I just have to
have a fight with myself.
You know what's going on. Let's talk this out.
Cause bitch, you not stupid. You see this shit, bitch. You see this shit. They trying to make you look stupid, bitch. You see this shit, bitch. Yeah.
That was funny. That made me laugh. I said, I'm gonna have to use that one day.
Exactly.
You are welcome.
I'll be sure to tag you.
Because what I said at the beginning of my followers, tag me so that way I can get your followers cross promotion here, baby.
We love a good cross promo. We love a good cross promo. Go ahead, Scotty.
Well, the next thing in this interview is one of my favorite things about our interviews, and it's the game that we play with everybody. And we're gonna call out every single person name on the cast that's not you, and you have to when we call out their name, you have to tell us what you think of that person.
Okay.
And we want your honest, unfiltered answers. We don't want no pageant girl answers. We want your real answers.
This is not Miss Gay USFA newcomer interview.
So, however, we're going to start it off with the first name is Aaron Thomas.
Phineas.
Isn't that Willa that start? Willa is a mess.
Yes, she is.
Bitch, as soon as she said that, I looked at her and I went, bitch.
And that's
You
like,
ain't
damn,
never lied, sister.
why she right though?
I went, sister, you ain't lying. I went, bitch, you ain't lying, bitch. Phineas. No, he's talented.
Oh yeah, immensely.
Talented.
Ooh, backstage. I will talk about it backstage. Next cast member is Rico Cassadine.
Very loud.
Sure. uh,
Not very loud.
okay.
Okay. Cameron.
Good coaching. Good coaching, Camelot.
Baby, when Jamar and Cameron set fire to that after show.
Whoo!
When I
Cameron
tell
is stored in
you,
my phone as good coochie Camelot.
oh my God.
Was, it had been sprinkled around. Some people had knew already. It's just like, oh, okay, cute. But we didn't think that was going to be something to be public.
Not at all.
Cameron's coochie got you out here acting like this. What does I'm gonna be at the reunion when he says, now what does Cameron do? Got good coochie, clearly. Because it got you bent out of shape.
Got that snatch.
Oh.
It got you all bent out of shape, bruh.
Oh.
Oh, Lord. I almost had to watch that again. That was so good.
Right. I've watched it a couple of times already. I ain't gonna lie. Go ahead.
So,
It was but I'm a child. I'm gonna let you go now. I'm gonna let you go ahead and get to your you so booked and busy, making your wine. I can't wait to get the bottle that you never sent me. It was that sent me. I was like, Cameron
was not playing with y'all this season. He was not playing with y'all.
That and Mildew Friday took me completely out. I texted her and I was like, oh, friend, I'm about to change that to my Instagram handle.
Nope. It's crazy with the internet. The internet was, especially Black, queer LGBT internet, or the whatever, unmatched.
Unmatched. Who do we have next?
All that unmatched. Ike.
My feelings are hurt. I'm not gonna lie, my feelings are hurt. I understand, and from what I know, his feelings are hurt as well, and I understand. But yeah, hopefully, we can be okay. But that's gonna always be Big Daddy Ike.
All right. Dominique.
Misunderstood.
I agree.
Very misunderstood. That man is a die or ride. That man, he has good in him. However, he is very misunderstood.
I agree. And there's people that I know personally that watch the show, and they be saying how they don't like Dominique on the show, and I'm not around him like you and Jamar are, but the few times I've been around him, he seems to be a sweet person. And when I say that, people are surprised, but I said I know I haven't had a lot of time with him, but the time I've had with him, he's always been real nice, real down to earth in my presence. That's what he gives around me. I don't know what he gives around nobody else, but I know around me, he's always been nice.
That's my put.
If he loves you, he gonna love you hard.
Hard.
He gonna love you hard.
Hard.
He just left my house an hour ago. or
He did.
his interview started about 30 minutes prior to.
And he love you. He love you hard.
Mm-hmm. So it's my go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Troy.
Heart of gold. She got a heart of gold. That's my niece. I love her down.
Oliver.
Oliver is fucking funny. Oliver is hilarious. Oliver is fucking nuts. It is something wrong with that bitch. Oliver is funny.
He
I also think
is
that
effortless.
Oliver is slightly guarded.
Slightly.
Is I would like to chisel away and get to know Oliver a little bit better. Not saying that I don't know Oliver. However, I would like to get from the surface. I feel like
Yeah.
Oliver's like an onion. Not smelling wise, just like the layers. You know how they're different.
Yeah.
Different layers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know what you mean. I'm thinking Shrek. I'm thinking like
See, and I even said that I'm like an onion. See, you was about to be ready. You was about to be one of them people that was gonna take that one little clip and take it and run with it. See,
I was gonna do shit. I was just trying to figure out what the hell you talking about. Onion? That's a weird one. That's a weird thing to say. But you
never seen Shrek?
Thank you.
I'm just child. Continue.
It's like I have layers to me. So like, yes, I can pull off one layer, but there's still another hard layer there until you get to the center and get the ooey gooey mushy part. And I get
it now. I get it now, but I was just thrown off by onion because when I think of onion, I think about somebody being musty. So that's just
no,
just
baby. Fair enough.
Okay. Well, he's definitely not. I wasn't meaning in the musty sense because he smells pretty heavenly. However, like I just do think that there's a lot of layers there, and I am interested in getting to know him better, and getting to know who Oliver is.
He's an Aquarius like me. He's going to be guarded.
And you know how Aquarius and Leos are.
We're not going to start this conversation. Continue, Jamar.
We're going to go all over the place. T.S. Lil Kendra.
Oh.
Baby, look, Kendra be just listening to a song, and she be, what she be into? She going to start putting a remix on in the middle of her head. I live. Every time.
Oh, baby. Baby. There is no word to describe Kendra. And I don't mean that in a shady sense. There's so many words to describe Kendra. Like, Kendra is
hilarious.
Kendra is hilarious. Kendra is sweet. Kendra is kind. Like, you know how when Ellen talk about how kind people are? Mm-hmm. That's Kendra. Until you cross her.
Right.
Until you cross my sister. Once you cross my sister, there is no coming back. However, she is forgiving. She is forgiving.
That's okay. Wayne the Pain.
I said this earlier, and I'm gonna say it again, and I'm probably gonna get in trouble for it. However, TT, you gonna understand why I said it and why it's recently on my head, but I can't get it out of my head. Perk 30.
Shut up.
I'm not insinuating that man do anything because he does not to my knowledge, and that man is a very cool individual. Wayne is cool as from what I know outside of the cameras and the conversations that we have had. Wayne is cool. However, that is what I think of because of recent transactions.
I'm so mad at you for saying that.
Right.
I'm so mad.
But you know why? You know why I'm saying it.
I was not ready for you to say that, bitch. That's crazy. I do know
That shit
why.
had me laughing the other day.
I do know why. That is, and you know what? I can't wait for them to see that. I feel like they're gonna gag.
That shit is gonna be so funny.
All of that you're talking about is gonna be a gag.
It is gonna be so hilarious.
Oh my God.
Who do we have next?
Next is Mr. Rico with a K.
Teddy Ruffkins.
Very very he is a very Papa Bear type of energy.
I'm sorry. Willa.
Strong, independent, big mama, my sister, cum guzzling whore, a low down dirty bitch,
Oh,
an
God.
ugly bitch, my Thelma to my Louise.
Baby, let me tell you something. Me and Ms. Willa almost got into it last night. I was like, the way you cook this food,
Baby, that motherfucking jambalaya, bitch. That motherfucking jambalaya was so motherfucking good.
baby, we was tearing that food up. And she thought,
I'm so mad it was no more left.
I scorched the grits. I couldn't tell. Shit. I have never seen consistency like that for grits, bitch. I was like, this looked like it's pouring like syrup. I don't even know what to
That bitch was so good.
Oh, we. Yeah, we're gonna.
Was that everybody?
We got one more person.
One more. Mr. J. Moore.
Next question, Tamika, before you not get what you need.
Okay, so that's it for all of the castmates.
You ain't got nothing.
I have nothing for her. I have nothing for her.
Okay, so I guess that means that we have to stay tuned for the rest of the season at this point.
Yeah, keep watching. Keep watching.
Okay. Yeah. I keep watching. So
you heard from her?
When was the last time I talked to Jay?
I'm blocked.
I talked to Jay briefly. It's maybe been like a couple weeks ago. I think I called her while I was waiting for my food, but she couldn't talk at the time.
Oh, because she's. I was about to be shady. That's not nice. I'm gonna just leave her where she is.
Let's move it along. Let's move it along.
I'm gonna just leave her where she is. My mama always taught me if I had nothing nice to say, don't say it at all.
That's fair. I'm gonna leave you alone.
Very fair.
Tell us before we go into our some of our closing questions. What advice would you give somebody who may be watching the show and see you perform and maybe inspired to get into drag? What would be your advice to that person that wants to start?
Do it and do the kind of drag that you want to do. Know the kind of drag that you want to do. Know the kind of drag that you want to do. Not what everybody else wants you to do. Or what everybody think you need to do or think you need to change. Do what you do you.
I agree. I believe that's great advice. So, also, one of the other questions that we started to ask for this particular season is Scotty and I are on somewhat of a campaign.
Mm-hmm.
And I want you to answer. We're going to ask you this question. I want you to answer it honestly, not just because, I'm your TT or that you're in front of us right now.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel like Scotty and I are qualified to host the reunion?
Against who?
Just period.
Like,
If we were announced, would you be surprised? Like, why would they do that? Like,
or let's just say, if not us, who else? Because it is someone else that would be good if it's not us.
if not y'all. Okay. Only reason I would say no to y'all is because TT, you two intertwined.
girl, you get on my nerves. Get on my nerves.
I mean, I
TT,
get it. I
TT, you
get
two
it.
intertwined. You two intertwined.
So was Imani.
Technically not.
Well,
Well, not that I know of. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. However, I will say now I don't know. I don't know what was going on about my business. I would just because you look at me, you would ask me a question, and I'm gonna look at you and I'll be like, TT, I'm not answering that question.
Oh, but you don't answer this motherfucking question.
I'm not answering that question. Or like, I'm sorry, TT. I'm sorry, TT. I can't see you calming. Willigal.
Well, let's not go.
You mustn't see that sock episode.
I can't see you mediating my sister. I couldn't even see you mediating Kendra, TT.
You know what? And
then I also kind of can't see you not. I can't see you got.
Is it too mixy?
Yeah.
You think it's too mixy?
So many words. Too mixy.
Yeah. Because you know shit. You know shit. You know too much shit.
Would that be? Is that a?
You friends with too many. You're close to too many.
You know what? You know what? I think I know exactly what he's saying. It's mixy, and you are friends with a lot of the people on the cast, and you were friends with some of them before you became a part of production as well. So most would probably think because you are friends with certain people on the cast, you would be biased.
So and then that will also come back. And now my marketing, what most people don't know is I went to college for marketing. My marketing, that's going to come back on the Prelude. That's going to come back on y'all. And negate everything that y'all say in the beginning.
I think in my mind, I was thinking this was like a means of, because we're relatively, just allow the guests to come and say what they want to say without interjecting too much of our own personal opinions about the things. So I'm thinking this was like a training, so to speak. That's how I was trying to look at it. But I mean, I want to know, because I feel like I want to get everybody's opinion, because I could be delusional. but
you're there. You've seen everything. You kind of already know all of our opinions.
And plus,
especially TT, because flirting happened at your house. And you know that to be true.
What happened at my house?
Nothing happened, but there have been flirts had been thrown at your house during somebody's birthday.
Once again?
See?
At this point, they may as well.
Whose event was it? Whose event was it? Was it mine?
It was you hosted it.
Because someone else asked me, could they have it at my house?
It still happened.
Oh
no, it's not looking too good. Like I said, if it ain't us, TTB will be good.
I don't now see, y'all really don't see them calming somebody down. I don't think TT gonna sit there and fire. He gonna sit there and fan the shit. He gonna regulate the damn thing.
You say he gonna fan it?
He gonna fan the shit.
I fan the flames.
Just like this. Oh yes, girl. Tell us how you
right now. That right now. That
So
right
you,
now.
so you think he,
Exactly.
so you think he gonna give a Wendy Williams tea?
Very much so.
Jason Lee. It's
And that might
definitely
be
gonna
what
give
they
a Jason
want.
Lee.
I don't know. That could very much be what they want.
That might be good though, cause he's funny, he is shady, and he's pretty entertaining all at the same time. And plus, he actually covers this type of stuff more than I do. So, like I said, if it wasn't me, if it wasn't Jamar, I could see him doing it.
I can see you.
Oh Lord, not me.
Cause girl, the girl said I'm too close to these bitches. I'm
Ah,
I'm taking out the equation.
I can see now, Scotty. I can see you,
oh Lord, I'm not close to these girls like Jamar
and
is.
I can see you trying. I can see you trying to pivot from certain, things.
Well, you got your S.
I would watch. But
I bet you would.
the last question that we like to ask everybody is did you have a good time? Do you feel like we did our job as the host of the show? Like give us your feedback.
We still love y'all. Damn.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
I enjoyed y'all. Let me tell y'all. Y'all didn't act half. I thought y'all was gonna really go. I thought y'all really was about to go, hard and hamburger, eggs, and cheese. But y'all didn't. So nah, y'all was pretty cool. It was like I was talking to my TTs, and
Not
the only
TT.
thing I'm missing is a piece of cake and some food.
You,
Cause when you go to your TT house, they normally cook. So that's the only thing I'm missing.
I mean, like I
Well,
know we come.
we
I
done
know. I'll
cooked.
ask the things that I think that we want to know, and that some of the what I look at with some of the audience. I mean, because some of them really want like those type of questions. Just like, I feel like there's nothing fruitful. There's nothing like informative from a lot of those like really super extra messy questions. I just like to get like people's mindset, like what was going on, like what's your like. You tell us your story. We prompt you, and you kind of tell us your side, your story, and whatnot. Not all that.
Oh, like Rick and Marone, that hooping and hollering.
All of that. All of that.
I feel that. I feel that. I understand and I appreciate that. Down.
Okay. But you know that we love you over here at the Prelude.
I appreciate y'all for having me.
Oh
No
yeah.
problem. No
Like,
problem.
I really do. I really do appreciate y'all for having me and bringing little old me on the show and, not giving me too much and staying up and rescheduling it for me and then staying up late. I really do appreciate it.
But look,
Well, cause child to fall over right about now.
Girl, who you
it's the latest
telling?
thing we've
I
had.
appreciate y'all for real, because y'all, they had to reschedule this and then they had to keep pushing, they had to keep going back with the time because of my schedule. Like y'all, I really appreciate y'all.
Who's gonna get it? Who's gonna
Right.
make it work now? That's one thing about we're gonna make it work.
Well, before we get out of here, I'm going to remind the people that's watching about another interview that's happening on this platform. Jamar won't be here to do it with me. But for those of you that look at the OWN network reality show, Love and Marriage Huntsville, I myself will be interviewing Miss Wanda from Love and Marriage Huntsville next Thursday, May the 12th at 8/7 Central. Yes, indeed, I will be interviewing her, so be on the lookout for that. That's gonna be a messy ass interview, and I'm taking questions from the viewers. Some questions I'm not gonna take because y'all going in on that lady, and bad enough I'm gonna be shady as hell up here with her because she's well aware of the shade I throw at her. She watched my channel. She knows what I give. So yeah, that's happening next Thursday. Anything else we need to talk about before I get off of here and take my ass to sleep?
I mean I don't have anything. Drew, is there anything you want to let the people know?
Keep watching Chasing Atlanta each and every Wednesday at 8 p.m. on YouTube and follow me on everything, Drew Friday _.
Awesome blossom. Now I want to ask you something backstage, but we can go ahead and end the live. Scotty.
All right then. Well, we are out of here for tonight, y'all, and that's pretty much it. We done, y'all. So good night, everybody, and we out of here.